Everyone knows tech is shaping the future of Dubai real estate.
100%.
What does that mean for FAM?
We pride ourselves with the fact that we are the most technologically advanced firm in this industry right now. Um, we have taken ourselves to the status in terms of technology
Hmm.
where we have the tools that help our agents within our firm leverage over the competition. Some of the firms in real estate have literally tried copying us, but again, there is something called as originality, and then there is something called as a copy of it.
So people tried to copy us.
100%. They have time and again tried, but as I said, it's the idea that takes birth in one's mind, and then someone else tries to replicate that. The replication would never be as good as the original format of it. So we, in terms of technology, we have made it our motto that we will excel in this industry based on the fact that the technology or the technological features we bring in our company and our firm that caters to the clients, which helps them effectively cater to the clientele that we have, gives us a very very big advantageous position in terms of leveraging over the data that we have. Now, we all know that it all boils down to the data that you have in this industry. Person who has the data, he is basically excelling the competition. But it's also about the transformation or the translation of the data. How good can you translate that data in the most user friendly way that a new client can understand it? That is what we specialize in. So our
Okay, so to translate this data, we need a FAM agent.
100%, 100%, because we train our agents to understand that data, which is transcripted or basically broken down by the technology that we have. And based on that, that is why a lot of clients are impressed with the fact that the features and the points that we circle in when they're making an investment are properly covered. Consider a virgin client who comes into the market and he has no idea of how things are going to work in terms of the cash flow or his position by holding a property or by his position in terms of holding a real estate asset and down the line of 1 or 2 years, and where does he see himself in terms of having his capital growth. That is where we have proper systematic designs, basically supported by the graphs and the features and the whole broken down analysis of how it will shape up or how it will look like in the coming times for him or
So we're
her.
not just the most tech advanced, we're also the largest and trusted, most trusted.
Absolutely, absolutely, and this is why we have that is why we have a training program for any agents that we enroll on to our firm, and that 2 weeks or 3 weeks of training is basically enabling the agents to understand the mechanisms that we follow, understand the processes, and how the transformation or the translation of data happens. Because once they understand that, it becomes easier for them to immediately circle down the points that the client may have, and they are ready and spontaneous with giving them the necessary replies
To make a well informed decision.
to make a well informed decision, as well as closing the right deal based on the client's requirement, because every client is not in for the same motive. Some are there for return on investments, some are there for capital growth in terms of a less period of time. Some of them are looking for quick entry and exit points, the right time of entry. As they say, that your benefit in a real estate investment completely boils down to the fact of your timing of entry and your timing of exit. So, to have a well informed and a well educated decision, it is an agent's job to brief the client appropriately based on his investment motive. And then some of them are looking for long term capital growth or long term return on investment. And some of them, the most ideal investor is someone who's looking for an end user usage. So for that client, it's imperative for an agent to understand the client's requirement in terms of his usage down the line of many years in terms of his family size and what is exactly looking for in a community, and how that community can check all the boxes that he has in mind at that point in time.
Okay, and now coming out of fam, you just came back recently from London. How was your feedback if you do a quick comparison, London versus Dubai?
London is, to be honest to you, it's a city that I've always loved. I've been time and again flying to London. Um, Literally, I go there like once or twice a year. And this has been happening since post-COVID times, and even prior COVID times. I used to travel a lot to London. Um, London is also a good blend. It's a very cosmopolitan culture that you find in the central London. You'll find a lot of Middle Eastern and Asian crowd residing there. A lot of them coming from Asian side. Um, London is we know that the London market is also have been seeing a lot of growth over decades that we have seen. Over a period of last few years that we have seen, the growth has been gone a bit stagnant compared to before. I would say the primary reason is because of their taxation laws that have recently come into play. Again, London, we see a lot of tourist activity with regards to people who like to travel in these seasons, like as we have now, to see the snow or
And history. They like the
and
history.
history. Yes, history is what's it's labeled for. It's 100%. It's famous for that. One of the cities in the world, or England for that matter, the countries in the world uh, who have been very, very good at preserving their heritage over years and years. That is basically a very attractive point for a tourist, people who love history.
And what do you say to people who say Dubai has no history? London has history 2,000 years old.
As I said, London caters to history, and they have done a good job at preserving their heritage. But Dubai is offering something completely different. Dubai is offering you the most advanced construction and most advanced design in terms of being the newly developed city in the world. I mean, you don't, if you want to picture yourself going to heritage places or understanding history and culture, then of course you can go anywhere in Europe for that. But if you're looking about how technology is advancing in terms of construction, we're talking about state of the art kind of construction. We're talking about monuments being created, for that matter, in the world. We're talking about water living experiences. I mean, we're not talking about standard construction here. Dubai is not about standard construction anymore.
Future.
Dubai is all about what's there to come in the coming times. Dubai is taking a leap in terms of advancement, in terms of construction, where Dubai is going to be leading the game, and Dubai has already proven its stance for that matter. Dubai has Dubai is being focused only in terms of the creative methods of construction by tallest towers, largest malls, water living experiences like Palm Jumeirah, Palm Jabal Ali, communities within the desert. I mean, it's easier said than done when you're talking about establishing a green community. You can say a total green effect, or having lakes within a community in the middle of a desert.
In the desert.
It's
That's
it's not
mind-boggling.
yes, I mean, you have deserts in US, you have deserts in many places in the world, but you won't find this kind of creative and innovative structures of construction anywhere else in the world. So Dubai is setting a new benchmark. It's taken a bar to a new different level where people have not even imagined that a human mind could go to that level of creativeness to create constructions where people can actually reside in. I mean, if you go down 30 years for Dubai, who would have thought that you would be having 3 million plus or 3.5 million closing people once in the next 3 decades staying in this city in the world? Nowhere in the world has any city or country seen such a growth of population over such a
Yes.
concentrated part of the city in the world. So when we say this, we are talking about history in the making, not only people who want to go and check out history, how it was 100 and 200 years
So we're
ago.
making history.
We are making history. So people who invest in Dubai are going to be a part of this book and the history when it's written. So people who invest here in Dubai are mostly people who understand the advantageous position it has in terms of even weather. London weather is Mostly 6-7 months. It's quite cold. 4 to
How is it
5.
now when you just came?
Oh, it was frozen. Oh
Frozen?
yes, not the kind of weather I would like to stay in. 100%. Yeah,
Any
not.
activity, outdoor
For me,
activity?
it's very important to see the sun every day. And that was the biggest disadvantage I had over the last 5 days when I was in London. I could not see a glimpse of the sunlight hitting my face. And the moment I took off from London and when I was above the clouds, and I was like, thank God I'm heading back to Dubai. It felt like that internal effect. I mean, it's my favorite place. I mean, I always go there with my family for shopping or time and again for some clients that I have there for meetings. But definitely. Weather-wise, Dubai has more to cater because we have 4 to 5 months of good weather, and the next 6 to 7 months of hot weather. But then this hot weather again favors those people who are like beach goers or outdoor activity people who are fond of outdoor activities. People like to socialize in the outdoor gathering.
Yes.
Dubai and its socializing areas are very well equipped to even cater to those kind of crowds. And if you're in love with the sun, then Dubai is the place you
Dubai is
need
the
to
place
be.
to be.
100%. If you're fond of sun tanning or you're fond of beach activities, then Dubai is the place for your summer outings. And we have seen, even though I found a lot of tourism activity in London, but we have seen year now and then a very, very substantial growth of tourist activity within Dubai. Alone, Dubai in 2023 saw an inflow of 17 million plus visitors who have just visited Dubai for tourist activity. And a lot of them basically, after visiting Dubai, have come to the idea that I think it's a good place to own a property. Um, Time and again, we have emphasized on the fact when particularly it's tax friendly. You don't pay any capital gain taxes, and
Safety.
safety and security, hands down. Again, that is a factor that cannot be replaced with any element in the world, because safety and security is the most prime factor that any person would look into when it comes to investing or residing with their family. It's becoming a favorite destination for people just to reside, hands down.
To make it their dream home,
The dream place to stay
dream
in.
place to
Yeah.
stay.
It's not about you, as they say, it's not about you dreaming, it's about living the dream.
Living the dream. So
Yeah.
Dubai became the next dream.
Dream place to be.
I see a lot of headlines that so and so millionaires are coming to Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
How will this impact the luxury market?
Luxury market in Dubai caters to a very specific segment of people. People who have actually been investing only into luxury, time and again in different places in the world. When they see the luxury segment of Dubai, they understand that this is a whole new bar being set. We are talking about penthouses of sizes that have not been there before, with amenities that have not been there before. We're talking about state of the art, tallest tower penthouses and penthouses that cover 360-degree views with internal pools. I mean, for that matter, we have a very luxurious tower in downtown, just one of the many I'm talking about, El Primo. El Primo penthouses were launched at prices of anywhere, tag prices between 13, 14 million up to 19, 20 million. And believe it or not, people are seeing resale activities worth 40, 50 million and 60 million today
Whoa.
for the same properties. So you see the luxury. So this basically is providing you evidence of the fact that a lot of millionaires plus billionaires are moving into the luxury segment of the buy, which is causing the trigger effect only on the luxury segment. And the luxury segment has seen the most growth in I'm talking about the growth post COVID times. It has seen the growth it has never seen before in the luxury segment. But then hands down, the number of luxury segments that have come into birth after the post the COVID has been also a huge number of inventory in terms of real estate being provided to that kind of segment, because those people don't only invest into just standard properties. They are only after that specific taste. And if it caters to that, you already have a buyer.
Fantastic. It was great having you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Waqar Ahmed, for joining.
Always a pleasure. All right.
Yes.
Thank you, brother.